back today with another episode. Today I'm going to be discussing the case of Jared Lee Loughner. Jared Lee Loughner is an American mass murderer who pled guilty to 19 charges of murder and attempted murder in connection with the January 8, 2011 Tucson shooting, in which he shot and severely injured U.S. Representative Gabby Giffords and killed 6 people, including Chief U.S. District Court Judge John Roll, Gabe Zimmerman, a member of Giffords' staff, and a 9-year-old girl, Christina Taylor Green. Loughner shot and injured a total of 13 people, including one man who was injured while subduing him. Acquaintances say that Loughner's personality had changed markedly in the years prior to the shooting, a period during which he was also abusing alcohol and drugs. He had been suspended from Pima Community College in September 2010 because of his bizarre behavior and disruptions in classes in the library. After his arrest, 2 medical evaluations diagnosed Loughner with paranoid schizophrenia, and ruled him incompetent to stand trial. He was placed on medication while in jail as part of his treatment. He was again judged incompetent in May 2012. In August 2012, Loughner was judged competent to stand trial, and at the hearing, he pled guilty to 19 counts. In November 2012, he was sentenced to life plus 140 years in federal prison. Now, Jared had believed in conspiracy theories. He was on the internet researching conspiracies, and here's what it says about that. His friend, Zach Osler, noted that conspiracy theories had a profound effect on Loughner. He was a member of the message board Above Top Secret, which discusses conspiracy theories. Loughner espoused conspiracy theories about the 9/11 attacks, the New World Order, and believed in a 2012 apocalypse, among other controversial viewpoints. Well, 2 out of 3 isn't bad. Reports appearing after the shooting noted similarities between the statements made by Loughner and those publicized by the far-right conspiracy theorist David Wynn Miller. In the aftermath of the shooting, the Anti-Defamation League reviewed messages by Loughner and concluded that there was a disjointed theme that runs through Loughner's writings, which was a distrust for and dislike for the government. Well, he must have been pretty intelligent then to not trust the government, because they're not trustworthy people, are they? It manifested itself in various ways. For instance, in the belief that the government used the control of language and grammar to brainwash people. Well, that's true. The notion that the government was creating infinite currency without the backing of gold and silver. That's true. Or the assertion that NASA was faking space flights. That's true. Catherine Olmsted of UC Davis wrote that Loughner possessed a toxic jumble of left and right-wing conspiracy theories, his sources ranging from Marx to Hitler to heavy metal. Okay, so Jared Loughner was a young guy researching conspiracy theories. He was obviously very intelligent. And, but then he started having a problem. Now listen to this from ABC News. It says, Loughner, 22, is paranoid schizophrenic, suffering from delusions and hallucinations, according to mental health professionals. His mental health evaluation also found that Loughner had an irrational distrust of his lawyers. Well, I mean, they are Freemasons after all. I mean, the cops, the lawyers, the judges, the politicians, they're all Freemasons. So maybe his distrust isn't so irrational after all. Now listen to this. According to sources, Loughner started to show signs of mental illness in early 2008. He began acting strangely and reportedly starting hearing voices. Where have we heard that before? V2K, voice to skull? Throughout 2009, Loughner was taking several classes at PCC. Around this time, he began to verbalize beliefs about persecution by the government. Sounds like a targeted individual. He believed the government was using grammar and currency to control its citizens. Well, that's true. He also went through a tagging phase where he would paint graffiti using phrases from literature. Then in November 2009, he was fired from Eddie Bauer. His parents noticed that his condition deteriorated after being fired, and they found it increasingly difficult to communicate with him. Okay, yeah, you get fired, you're not feeling so great about it. According to Loughner's mother, he acted in an odd manner, often talking or laughing to himself, or exhibited anger towards the government. I mean, if the government's hitting you with microwave frequencies and putting voices in your head and you're hearing voices, yeah, that would make somebody pretty angry. You're being violated. And being violated makes you angry. His posts also contained recurrent themes involving grammar, education, his distrust of the U.S. government, creating his own currency, lucid dreaming, and the idea that he was being persecuted. Ooh, almost like gang stalking and V2K. On June 3rd, 2010, Loughner posted about the argument he had earlier that day with his math instructor at PCC. He wrote that he asked the instructor, "Are you just getting a paycheck for brainwashing?" See, this is a young guy. He's onto something. He started to notice stuff. He also wrote that he told the instructor that the class was a scam and asked how to deny math. On this same date, Loughner also commented in an online post about his meeting with the school counselor, writing that he told her about a logical argument but didn't mention attending the logic class, that the logical argument was relevant. Told her about brainwashing a child and how that can change the view of mathematics. Now listen to this one. This is a good one. Loughner also had a MySpace account that he created on January 3rd, 2010, on which he made numerous concerning, threatening, and unusual statements. For example, in the early morning hours of July 11th, 2010, he posted, "I keep hearing voices in my head." Wow. That's V2K. Okay? 100% Jared Loughner was a targeted individual, and the NSA was targeting him with microwave weapons, V2K, and that they control that from Schriever Air Force Base in Colorado. It's called Signals Intelligence. Watch my playlist on targeted individuals and gang stalking, and you can educate yourself. He also posted other videos that contained themes of persecution and demonstrated his belief that the government was controlling him. Microwave mind control. MKUltra. In one video, he posted text that stated, "I know who's listening. Government officials and the people. Nearly all the people who don't know this accurate information of a new currency aren't aware of mind control and brainwash methods." Now that's him himself. He just mentioned mind control in his video. And he's hearing voices. Come on, this you can't get more obvious than this. Now he mentioned here a new currency. Well, they are going to collapse the US dollar. They're in the process of doing it now. They want to destroy all the paper money and bring in all these cryptocurrencies. Now, he also stated, "In conclusion, my ambition is for informing literate dreamers about a new currency. In a few days, I'm conscience dreaming." So he was having weird dreams. They were probably putting dreams in his head with microwave frequencies. And he talks about a new currency. So, he was researching conspiracies, and he found out that they're going to destroy all the paper money, and they want to create a cashless society, so they have total control over us, okay? Just like a bunch of dictators. We have no rights, no freedom. Initially, Loughner was deemed incompetent to stand trial, following a court-ordered mental health evaluation. While awaiting trial, he was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. Okay, anytime you have somebody who's a targeted individual, and they're being targeted with V2K voice to skull, the go-to cover story of the government and the doctor, these crooked psychologists and stuff, is that the person is delusional, paranoid, schizophrenic, crazy, whatever. Okay, that's the perfect cover story, and they use it over and over and over again. Our psychiatric system is being used to persecute political dissidents, okay? And it's completely corrupt and fraudulent, just like the government and the cops and the lawyers and the judges. They're all Masons. They're all secret societies, and their standard targeting method is to target people with these microwave weapons and then throw them in mental hospitals and give them a fake diagnosis and blah, blah, blah. Now, it says here, he began to exhibit signs of mental illness, such as hearing voices and communicating bizarre ideas. This was in early 2008. In October 3rd, 2008, he registers a complaint with law enforcement that someone stole his identity. So somebody's playing around with his identity. He complained about it. So there's something's fishy going on. I think that's targeted individual gang stalking. Now here's another odd thing that I found in a paper. It says, still, Swanson's data showed that the lifetime prevalence of violence in those with schizophrenia or mood disorder is 33%. Okay, now anytime you see that 33 in the newspaper, you know they're referring to 33-degree Freemasonry. So right there, you know, this is a bogus article. And he was targeted by the Masons. And there's your proof right there, the 33. Okay? Now I would like to talk about schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is only diagnosed with symptoms, with focal or causes unknown, and cannot be detected objectively. The diagnosis of mental illness itself only relies on external symptoms. It cannot be confirmed with medical equipment. So these psychiatrists and psychologists cannot differentiate between people with mental illness and victims of microwave mind control technology, because they have no knowledge on the subject. They are not experts in electromagnetic frequencies or mind control with frequencies. They don't know anything about it. They know absolutely nothing about it. They have no education regarding the electromagnetic spectrum, so they're not qualified to even comment on it at all, okay? Now, Jared Lee Loughner, he actually made some YouTube videos, and he made some comments on them. So let's watch his videos right now and just see what he has to say. And you can see he talks about mind control in the videos and stuff. So here, let's take a look at the videos, okay? Well, there you have it, folks. Jared Lee Loughner was hearing voices. He was talking about mind control. He was talking about there was a radio in his head. He felt he was being persecuted by the government. He said, don't trust the government. He was looking into conspiracy theories. He was questioning things, questioning the government, questioning, how people were brainwashed in school, questioning 9/11. So Jared Lee Loughner was a targeted individual. And from a young age, he's like a young man, he's figuring out life and exploring things and questioning everything. So his life was ruined and a bunch of people died, all because the NSA wanted to target him with V2K and microwave hearing and all the traitors and Freemasons and the government and all the Western countries. They don't care about the people. They're not loyal to our countries. They're not loyal to our governments. They're not loyal to our police departments. They're loyal to Freemasonry, the secret society. And they're only in it for themselves because they're self-centered bastards. Until next time, guys, keep it cool.